Zepbound goal weight and going into Zepbound maintenance dose. Hi, beautiful friends. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost over 108 pounds the last almost 2.5 years, over 2 years of being on Zepbound. And on today's episode, I'm super stoked to talk about a very much requested episode on Zepbound maintenance. This is my experience, strength, and hope. Never medical advice. Always talk to your own healthcare provider, but from somebody who's been doing this and was one of the early adapters over 2+ years ago, I've got some tools in my tool belt that I think will help you to have that conversation with your healthcare provider and also come up with a game plan of what you're gonna do. What you're gonna do when Zepbound dose comes for you. I hope you guys like that bad boy rendition. Okay, let's dive in. Number one, for me, my biggest thing of going into hitting my goal weight, and I will be staying on a Zepbound maintenance dose. I get asked this all the time. I don't think I'll ever get off GLP-1 medication. For me, I know the facts. The facts don't lie. Over 70% of people gain the weight back once they get off GLP-1 medication. And I know for me, I would be for sure one of those people and then some. And I never say never, but I never really want to go back to weighing over 300 pounds and being morbidly obese and the health consequences that happened as a result of that. Not even how I felt about myself and my low self-esteem and the things that were correlated with that, but more importantly, of the risk of disease and it was a death sentence for me waiting to happen, and how grateful I am and how grateful I feel. I have a second lease on life to do all these physical, cool things and to take care of my body and to make sure I'm doing the next loving choice with it. So, with that in mind, the food chatter and food noise for me, moving into this dose thing of will I ease off my dose? For me, no, I will not. I will be staying on Zepbound once a week for now. My healthcare provider and I are going back and forth currently on this. I know for many people, their ideal Zepbound dose, and I'm on Zepbound 15 milligrams, the highest brand name amount on the market right now. And to getting to this point, I'm not yet there. To give full disclosure, I'm not there yet. I'm very close. When I have my loose skin surgery, and also with muscle, I feel very comfortable. I'm like right in the ballpark of hitting my goal weight. While I'm not there, it's very close. And so, because I'm so close, I want to think with the end in mind. I don't like surprises. I am very type A in the regard of I want to have things mapped out and planned out, which is why I'm doing this now because I know I'm going to be there. It's just now a matter of is it going to be a couple weeks or another month or what months, a month, like I'm in the ballpark. And particularly with having some plastic surgery procedures to help aid in my loose skin from the weight that I've lost, I feel confident that I'm going to be at that goal weight with that. So the food noise, food chatter for me is the most thing that I am lasering in on for my Zepbound maintenance dose strategy. My dose will not be changing. For some people, their dose does change or the time in which they have their injection changes. For me, I'm hopping over that because that is not applicable to my experience, strength, and hope, but it may be applicable to yours. And tagging off of that would then be, for me, food noise and food chatter. Having that suppressed of those food thoughts and that mindset around food has been huge, huge. Like that elimination within the first week of when I took Zepbound. It was Mounjaro back then, but it's the same thing, just different FDA approvals. There was no such thing as Zepbound when I started. Having that food noise suppression and food chatter suppression, game changer. Game changer. And so I want to ensure that that stays with me. I don't want that coming back because that leads to so many different, we're going to spoke off of that. It leads to so many different things. And that would also then change my food and then the way in which my food perspective is right now, which is in a very healthful place. And I'm really, really proud of that, of how much my food has changed as a result of that. So I want to stay in that place. I want to stay in that jam. That is important to me. So monitoring the food noise and food chatter would be my first encouragement for Zepbound maintenance dose of what's the best dose for you. First, figuring that out with your healthcare provider. And then two, being aware of that food noise and food chatter. That I very much know will come into play for my Zepbound maintenance dose. If I were to drop down, I'm not dropping down, but if I were in those shoes, that would be one of the first metrics that I look at is, okay, how's food noise and food chatter doing? Number two, appetite suppression. Next thing for me. That is going to change. And I know that. I very much know that. And there's lots of different thoughts in the weight loss community around stopping medication and coming back and doing a pause on medication, that for me does not make sense. I know for other people that may, but for me that is not something that is in my that I want. Knowing that 70% of people gain the weight back on it, and that obesity is a disease, I wouldn't have a blood pressure patient stop their medication and recalibrate. To me, it doesn't make sense. But that doesn't mean to say that that's not right for you, between you and your healthcare provider, of making that decision. So having appetite suppression changes because my calories will change. I'm no longer focusing in on a calorie deficit. I'm focusing in on a calorie maintenance. And so that means my calories are going to change. And on countessofshopping.com, I'll link it down below, I have a free calorie calculator. I love that thing. I'm there often recalibrating and like learning about the calories for my specific body. It's for men and women, different ages. You just plug in if you're a man or a woman, different ages. It's free. And then you can utilize that free tool to help figure out, and that's what I've been doing. Okay, if I'm in a calorie deficit, how many calories? If I'm working out in a calorie deficit, on top of that, how many calories? If I'm not working out, okay, how many calories? Then switching that goal over to not be in a calorie deficit, but just to be in maintaining weight. That calorie calculator sidebar also has if you want a lot more weight or just mild weight loss. It's a cool feature on it. But then you can also change the calorie calculator to talk about calorie maintenance. And so for me, literally no joke, it's a 600 calorie difference per day. That is a big spectrum. Knowing that it's 3,500 calories is a pound, and so that is quite quite a bit. So keeping that in mind, because that will be in terms of maintenance versus working out versus not working out, like what one's goals are, is going to alter it that much for me. And again, I'm almost 6 feet tall, so keep it like it's going to be different for everybody, which is why this calorie calculator is cool. And I'll link that again in the description link below. Just click the more button, and then you can click the more button again. Yeah, here's the affiliate. This is how you do it. You could click the more button and then click the more button again, and it'll show you all of my free resources and free tools and free techniques and things like that. So appetite suppression. The other part of that is being mindful with my food. Because GLP-1 for me silences and helps with that appetite suppression, I can therefore be mindful with my food. I know in maintenance, I'm going to have to be more mindful with my food. And that is still something I focus on and work on every day. It's still something I'm actively working on. Am I being completely mindful with my food, or am I disassociating? Am I using it, like using food as a healthy perspective? And I think that there's balance in which comes with that. And so that's been something I have learned, continuing to learn, and moving into this next phase of hitting Zepbound goal weight and Zepbound maintenance. Being mindful for me, I know, is going to be hard, because that's hard for me in general in life with the way that I am. My personality is inclined to not necessarily be like that all the time. And so I'm very much focusing on being where my hands and feet are and being present, and that is applicable with food. With that, focusing in on high protein to go with the appetite suppression. As that changes, high protein keeps me fuller longer. Having a high fiber diet of 25 grams of fiber or more per my dietitian, keeping that in focus through nutrient dense foods like fruits and vegetables, that is also a focus, because fiber keeps me fuller longer as well. I don't think people talk about fiber as much too, which PS, Zepbound constipation, honey. Which, by the way, if you're having Zepbound constipation, by Optimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough, as I'm filming this, over on Amazon, it's on sale right now. Use my link down below to go to the right Amazon pages. There's some bad actors on Amazon with Bioptimizers. Use my link that's linked down below, and the discount code Countess on Amazon. Countess. My code for that is different on Amazon. All that link is linked down below. I love Bioptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough because it helps with my sleep. I don't have a constipation issue because of taking this, because of the 7 types of magnesium. Helps with muscle recovery, and it's made a big difference for me. And also their masszymes, that are digestive enzymes, because of protein, to help break down digestively. For me, that's been awesome. Those two are like, because they're a higher quality product, I love them. So protein focus, fiber focus, hydrated, staying focused in on my water. I can easily, friends, for me, it's not, oh, I need to stay hydrated. I feel like my body tells me those signals if I'm paying attention and I'm aware. But where I fall into the trap is that hand grabbing for something. It is a substitute for me for grabbing for food superfluously or unnecessarily, grabbing for my water jug, literally that for me, it's not eliminating food, it's substituting. And I think that that's a big mindset shift of don't get rid of, just change it up. And that for me has fared very, very well. So staying hydrated, I say that, but I also always like to give the caveat of my body's going to tell me when it's dehydrated. It's going to be giving me signals if I'm paying attention to those. And also with, for me, substituting out that hand grab for something else. Number 4, the challenge with that appetite suppression is now not staying in a calorie deficit, but staying in calorie maintenance is it's more calories of not going higher than that. And that for me is something that is going to be a new skill set. So giving myself love, grace, kindness, and compassion, it's a new skill set. And so with a new skill set, recognizing that it's a new skill set, that I may make mistakes with that. Not that I'm going to make mistakes with that. And for me, sometimes that is hard. I can get down on myself on that. And so I recognize that. I fully know myself. And so giving myself extra grace with that. With this process, I will not be weighing myself as much at the beginning because I don't have a strong hold with the scale anymore. I don't. I feel like I very much have healed that as part of this journey. However, I will be using different metrics of measurement. I don't know, and so stay tuned. Click the like and subscribe button if I continue to have that belief system. But I think that there's going to be some potential areas for weight gain within this of like a couple of pounds, not more than that. But I don't want to be not addicted, but hyper focused in on the scale number. So clothes for me will be another unit of measurement, pictures, and for sure, my smart tape measure. If you don't have one of these, I will link it down below. Their new ring, if you notice I don't have my Aura ring on, is an awesome price point. There is no subscription for it, and I really very much, I'll link that down below too. I'm still testing, so it's not yet Countess of Shopping approved, but having these different metrics, very, very helpful for me, besides just the scale. So next, number, where are we? Number 3 in the buckets, and my different buckets, is gonna be workouts. For me, working out has been this greatest blessing of lifting weights and evidence stacking that I can lift weights. And if you're not lifting weights, I really very much want to encourage you to talk to your healthcare provider about doing that. That's been a game changer for me because of the muscle. Like, I don't want to crush I always feel like it's, why is my muscle not showing up? Oh my gosh. I like don't want to, I like snap my nail there, but like I want to flex for you guys. That's not a very good flex. Hold on. There we go. Like muscle. Honey, she broke a hip on air trying to show viewers that she had muscle. Oh my gosh, that's hysterical, by the way. I do have muscle. That's not the picture I want to show. I do have muscle. I love lifting, and lifting for me has been one of the things to focus in on to help with Zepbound maintenance. If you are not lifting, if you don't have some sort of anaerobic and lifting thing, I want to encourage you to figure that out with your healthcare provider. It matters, it matters, it matters, it matters, it matters. It matters for the lifting component to help protect your bones. Literally, I've done so many episodes about our bones and breaking hips later on. I always use the joke, but it's not really a joke. You sneeze and you break a hip. Kinda. Like, let's protect those bones for when we're older. And so the muscle around those bones is what's protecting that. So let's protect them. Let's lift weights. I was talking to some folks in my family who are older, and they're in their 70s, and I'm like, why are you not lifting weights? You are retired. You have access to a free gym. Why don't you go ask one of the personal trainers, either pay them or they have for free, to teach? Or here on YouTube, there's 3 free lifting videos. If it's a cost thing, great. There's a ton of free resources here on YouTube. You can lift cans of beans in your pantry instead of buying weights. I'd love for you to buy my weights off my Amazon shopping list. But if that's not an option for you, great. Use what you've got in your home. You probably already have, cans that would be 1 pound, 2 pound, 5 pounds, or whatever that you can lift instead. But I was talking with my family member. I'm like, you are at that age now. It's not like it's coming. You're there. You're in your 70s. And so I want them to have strong muscles, and it does not take a crazy long time to get to that point. Literally a couple weeks in for me lifting weights, I noticed a difference. I'm like, ooh, there's muscle there, like on my legs. I'm like, you go, girl. Like, I got some muscle going. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And so I want to encourage you in Zepbound maintenance dose and Zepbound weight loss, finding what workout works out best for you, but is it anaerobic, like walking or running or whatever, get your heart beating? I feel like most of us do have that. Like, if you've watched this far in the video, I feel like you've already checked that box. Just a gut feeling. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I feel like if you've made it to this part in the video, you are working actively on it or wanting to work actively on it. And I want to encourage you to start the process of what works best for you. For me, it was free wild Pilates here by seniors on YouTube for free. And then that evolved to going to Pilates classes in person. And then that evolved into me getting a lifting coach. And that evolved into me now lifting weights here in my home gym with Beachbody or Body Program, and I can follow along with one of I call them tapes. My husband's like, Elizabeth, you can tell that you're a child of the 80s by saying tapes, by live stream or by streaming, video on demand, VOD. I've got, look at that. Look, she's got a collarbone. Sometimes you got to celebrate the wins, honey, okay? So what is your workout if you don't have a lifting thing? One of my dear friends is at maintenance. And I'm like, babes, you need to figure out with your healthcare provider what you're going to do to lift weights. The world is your oyster. There's many, 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 many different ways you can lift weights, but you need to figure it out for yourself. You do. I'm telling you, like you do. You do. You do, you do, you do, you do, you do. Because not only the benefits of the muscle, protecting your bones and things like that, but also if you want to go into a vanity perspective, it's going to help burn more calories. My hot husband and I switched over, by the way. If you've noticed, I haven't said until this video, depending on the sequence of how my videos come out, but I stopped wearing my Google Watch. I could not take it anymore for my calorie tracking. I had to charge that thing every day. I've gone over to a Fitbit. Is it the Fitbit 4 or Fitbit 6? One of the Fitbits. I'm testing it, and I only charge it once a week. And that's why I switched. And so if you've noticed, and I don't have my Oura Ring on because I'm testing the other ring equivalent that's way less expensive than the Oura Ring. I just don't have it on right now. It's charging. But that sucker charges, it's not every day, but Oura Ring was once a week anyway, so that wasn't really an issue. What I'm trying to say though is, going back to the point at hand, is lifting. I went down a rabbit hole, man. ADD squirrel. It's one of those days. Maybe with Zepbound maintenance, just I'll get some focus, but maybe not. The bottom line is, my friend is on maintenance and she doesn't have a lifting program. And I'm like, you need to figure that out, not just for the muscle component, but you'll burn more muscle. The count tracks on his Fitbit. He burns so many more calories now. And I'm like, you're burning so many more calories because he has done P90X for a while now. And he's got a lot of muscle. My hot husband's jacked. He is the most muscular. Oh my gosh, he's so hot. He's the most muscular he's been, and I've known him since I was 18 years old. And I'm like, you are the most muscular I've ever known you. It's awesome. But he's burning way more calories as a result. So if you want to get into the vanity metric component of it, the data doesn't lie, honey. You'll burn more calories when you have more muscle with it. Just the way it is. So I hope that I pulled up some other bullet points on this. Calorie awareness, mindful eating, embracing fiber. And then the final component, number 4, is talking to your healthcare. That's your fourth bucket. Is your healthcare provider should be on this cadence and rhythm with you. I work with Join Fridays. Use the discount code QUEEN. I'll link it in the description link below, because I have access. Now they just released one-on-one coaching. I am so excited for that. I'm like, I will be one of your first one-on-one coaching people. I love utilizing their resources that are included in the price of, if you're doing like compound stuff, it's included in that. And so some people get confused though, because I say I'm on brand name. I get brand name because I'm an existing patient. So if you're an existing patient, you can get brand name. But if you're a new patient, it's going to be through GLP-1 or GIP, just to give some context on that. The bottom line in which I'm trying to talk about though is healthcare providers should be on this journey with you. You should not just get flown to the wind. If you're getting flown to the wind, I'm nervous for you. I'm nervous for you. And I want you to get from my experience, strength and hope, accurate blood test done, your blood panel. If you have not, and talk to your healthcare provider about that. If you haven't had that, check with them. Tic-tac-toe. From somebody who's not medical at all. I'm not medical at all, clearly. I hope that helps. I hope that it's helped plant some seeds of like, okay, this is what my future is going to change. It's different. Being in a calorie deficit is very different than it's extra calories. So now I'm like, what am I going to do with these extra calories? I still have to stay laser focused though. I feel like it's a razor's edge for me in that regard, but I'm excited to have a couple extra 100 calories, 200, 300. See, it also depends on the day, an extra 100 or 200, some days 300, some days more than that, depending on my activity level. But having that is exciting. I'm really pumped for that. Really pumped. It's a different mindset. But I want to ensure that I have safety nets in place, and that's what hopefully this video helps talk about, the different safety nets that we need with maintenance too, because I don't want to gain it all back. And I won't with GLP-1 medication. The beautiful part about this is that there's lots of safety nets with it too. So tell me down below, did I miss something? Tell me with love, grace, kindness, and compassion. And then also what's worked well for you in maintenance. If you're on it or in it or excited about it, let's share our wealth of information too down in the description link below. Our emoji of the day is going to be it's going to be a kitty cat, because someone in my free encouragement group posted their cat and it made me laugh so hard. So if you haven't joined my one that's not on Facebook, I'm not on Facebook group anymore. I'm getting my free one is countessofshopping.com/group. Make sure you sign up down in the description link below. It's not the Facebook group. Facebook keeps shutting down GLP-1 groups and I want no part of that, which is why I paid over $1,000 for my own free group. It's free for you, but the account and I are paying for it, which is fine. My sweet friends, so we've got our emoji of the day, which is a kitty cat. I do an emoji of the day to get to know you better because I care, because of your name popping up over and over and over again. In addition, I'll pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. I need to get this nail fixed. It's literally every time I flex on air, I pop this nail. My nail lady, I gotta go tell her I'm flexing too much. Anyways, I love you guys so super much. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I'll see you tomorrow, beauties. Bye guys. Let's keep it up.